You're listening to the Gerardi Performance Podcast, hosted by Michelangelo Gerardi. This is the #1 fitness and lifestyle podcast to help you achieve your dream body and bulletproof your mindset to live your best life, both physically and mentally. Enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to the 10th episode of the Gerardi Performance Podcast. I've had so much fun making these for you guys. I can't believe we're already on the 10th episode. Please, if you found any value through the first, second, third, all the way up to this one, please share that podcast, rate the podcast. It helps me out a ton. I don't put advertisements on here. All I ask for a fee is to share it up and give it a rating. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about the 10 things that I wish I knew when I had first started weightlifting and trying to acquire my dream body. So buckle up, this stuff is good. The first thing I wanted to share with you guys, the first tip I wish I knew, is that it's you versus you. Don't compare yourself to anybody else, right? Don't compare yourself. It's not going to get you anywhere. You're just going to get yourself distraught if you keep looking at the biggest guy in the gym or some guy that has biggest shoulder than you or some girls that have a bigger butt than you. You'll get there with time, I promise. Just focus on you. I'm sure that guy or that girl that you're focused on is only focused on themselves as well. That's the only way that you're going to get better is if you challenge yourself. Look in the mirror, say, how can I get better today? Don't compare yourself to the next guy or the next girl. That's a rat race you do not want to get into. There's always going to be somebody better than you, but all you can do is be your best version of yourself day in and day out, getting better each and every single time you step in the gym, and that really goes with anything for life. The second thing that I wanted to bring up, the second tip I wish I knew when I had first started weightlifting, is that genetics load the gun, but your choices will pull the trigger. Always. So control what you can control. Some people won't always have to work as hard to have big calves or shredded shoulders. It is what it is. Does that mean you can't have big calves and shredded shoulders? No. The only thing that means is that you may have to work a little bit harder for them than the next guy or the next girl. Don't make excuses. If you want something badly enough, you'll do whatever it takes. Again, that last little blurb goes for anything in life. If you really want it and it's your desire, it's your #1 thing, you wake up in the morning, you think of that, you go to bed, you think of that, you're going to trick your subconscious mind to believe that and do whatever it takes to get that. I like to write my stuff down that I desire, whether it's in the gym, whether it's financially, whether it's in relationships, and it comes to fruition if I keep writing it, because I become obsessed with it. So if you have a body part that you want, somebody to acknowledge and that you want to look like the next guy that has that thing that you want or the next girl that has that thing that you want, go after it, get it, and don't make excuses. The third thing that I want to tell you guys is that technique and execution will always be better than ego lifting. Let me give you a little bit of an example and what I mean there. So your muscles don't know the difference between 100 pounds on a bar versus 200 pounds on a bar. The only thing your muscles know is that tension and stress are being put on them. How much tension and stress is how they communicate. So slow down your reps and make them count. This one ties into #1, right? Don't try to impress the guy or girl next to you. He doesn't give a shit. She doesn't give a shit about what you're doing because she or he is focused on what they're doing. Quality reps will win 10 times out of 10 versus sloppy reps. So slow them down again, focus, make that mind-muscle connection, imagine the muscle working with every single rep, feel the burn, and I promise those quality reps are going to be so much better than shitty reps with heavier weight that you're just going through the motions with. The fourth thing I want to tell you guys, don't neglect mobility training, all right? I know all my young guys, they just rolled their eyes at me. Trust me, I was you at one point too. I never listened. I said, I don't feel anything. I feel great. I get in the gym. I have no pain. As you get older, your joints get a little stiffer from wear and tear. That little nick you had in your shoulder on your shoulder press, or, you were doing those lunges one time and that little kind of ouch pain that you got in your knee, those start to catch up with you. And so it's super important to keep them mobile as you start wearing away the cartilage and you start wearing away a little bit of bone if you get to that point as we get older. So spend 5 to 10 minutes before your workout to mobilize your joints and especially your spine. Your body will thank you for it and your lifts will feel a whole lot better, right? Can you relate? You get under the bench press, you have that wow, my shoulder feels like shit today. Or you get under the squat rack and your hips are killing you today because you didn't warm up, right? So if you feel stiff, if you feel like kind of, painful when you start that first couple of reps when you're getting ready to exercise, do some mobilization work. It goes a whole long way, and you'll lift heavier with good quality reps because of it. Trust me, I've done it myself, and I am telling the truth. Number 5 of the things I wish I knew when I had first started weightlifting is that not everyone needs to bench, to squat, to deadlift with a barbell. Are these exercises important? Hell yes. Do you 100% need to do them to reach your goal? Hell no. Don't think just because you didn't bench this week that you're going to get weaker or your chest is going to shrink. Same goes for my ladies and their barbell squats. Some of us don't have the anatomy for squats with the barbell, and that's totally fine. There are a bunch of variations for any exercise you don't like doing. Don't think you have to do one exercise to reach your goal, because that's a rabbit hole you don't want to go around, right? There's a million different variations of squats. Goblet squat instead of a barbell squat. Instead of a barbell bench press, you can do a dumbbell press. Instead of a barbell deadlift, you can do a kettlebell deadlift. There are a bunch of different things. Don't get fixated on the barbell just because it's a popular movement that you see with people lifting a lot of weight for. You don't have to do it. It's great if you can. It's great if you like it. It's great if you feel like it works for you. But don't get stuck on it if it's causing you more harm than good. And number 6, what works for someone else may not work for you, okay? This ties into the last thing I just said, right? Just because you love to deadlift doesn't mean everyone has to love to deadlift with the barbell. Same applies to dieting. Just because you work out fasted doesn't mean the next person has to work out fasted. Let me give you a little personal story. I cannot work out without eating something because I feel weak. All I can focus on is getting something to eat, and I don't have a good workout. Others feel the opposite, right? They feel sick when they do eat before their workout. So let everyone have their preference and do what works for them. It's your job to support your friends and your community, and they should do the same for you. So just because something works for you doesn't mean it has to work for the next guy. So don't go, 110% in your way or the highway, because I promise you that people will get frustrated with you. People aren't going to listen to you. They're going to think that you're very ignorant. And that's not going to be good for anybody, right? So let people do what they want to do. Give them advice. Tell them why things work for them. Let them try it. If they don't like it, so be it. But, hey, at least you tried your method that works for you. Number 7, most of the physiques you look up on YouTube, on Instagram, whatever it may be, are on steroids. They've got financial incentive to keep it quiet. Now, are all of them? No. But, those big guys with the big rounded shoulders, or those girls with those very, very toned quads and the huge butt, probably on some kind of, steroid or performance-enhancing drug. That statement's pretty self-explanatory. I can get some really good lighting, and I can look absolutely shredded, but I can move 5 inches to my right and not have one striation of my body. So things on social media are not always as they seem. It's a lot of the times for a financial incentive. The bodies that you see that are super cut up and their abs are, if they just move a little bit to their left and stop sucking in, those things go away. And that's completely normal. It's still commendable that they have the body that they have, whether they, are on drugs or are in good lighting or not. But it's a lot more satisfying, fulfilling if you don't have to take the performance-enhancing drugs. Yeah, everyone loves some good lighting once in a while. I'd be lying to tell you if I never posted a picture in good lighting, but you worked hard for your body. Doesn't mean that it's bad that you go in good lighting to share pictures, but don't always try to compare yourself to others, right? Going back to one of the myths that I had told you before. When you look good, you look good. That's great. Don't try to look better than the next person. You're going to get yourself in a hole that you don't want to get in mentally, I promise. Number 8, the things I wish I knew when I first started lifting. Supplements help, but they're not a huge deal. Do they make a difference? 100%. Yes. Is it 100% necessary to take supplements? No. A little bit of my story again. I don't take supplements regularly. I haven't for the last 5 years now. If you eat enough protein, which I do, I have meat with every single meal. Why do I need a protein shake, right? Supplements are meant to do just that. They're supposed to supplement a balanced diet. Now let's talk about pre-workout supplement, right? Do I use pre-workout? Once in a while. But do I use it every single day? Nope, because that's a rabbit hole, again, you don't want to get into, right? You don't want to get addicted to the caffeine. You don't want to have to rely on the caffeine to feel good. Take a step back. Why are you feeling tired? Why don't you have the energy to do this, and that? Why do you need the pre-workout? Are you not sleeping good enough? Are you eating like crap? There's a bunch of different things as to why you feel tired all the time. So when I take pre-workout, it's either a cloudy, rainy day, and you know how you feel that rainy day feel, you're just tired and you don't have a bunch of energy. I'll take pre-workout on those days. Or if I had a super long day before, I'm drained, I didn't get much sleep, and I'm tired, I'll take a pre-workout then. But do I take it every day? No. I'd probably say max 2 times a week because I've really prioritized my sleep. The 9th thing I want to show you guys, out of 10, we're almost there. Slow and steady wins this bodybuilding race, right? Don't rush the results. I've been working out for a decade, right? Go take a picture. Go look at me at one of my pictures. Am I the most jacked person in the gym all the time? Absolutely not. Have you seen someone with more muscle than me? Yep. Am I proud of my body and how far I've come since the beginning? Absolutely. If you guys saw me when I was 14 years old, I looked like a pinky. I was slim, I was maybe 100 pounds soaking wet, and I had no muscle on me. But I've worked hard for the last decade with my diet and my workouts. I've been super consistent, and that's how and why I'm proud of my body right now. Again, don't compare yourself to others. Enjoy this lifelong process of fitness and health, working out, dieting, and I promise the consistency will pay off for you. If you're looking for fast results, you're going to be let down 95% of the time. So, enjoy the process, do workouts that you love, find a balance that you love, and just keep on going, right? Be determined, be consistent, and you'll get there, I promise. And if you need help with a good workout program or a good diet plan, I want you to shoot me a DM on Instagram or message me on Facebook or wherever you're listening this to, at Gerardi Performance. Tell me you need some help, and I'm going to help you out as a thank you for listening. And the last thing, guys, this is number 10. Arguably, one of the most important things I've mentioned on the podcast today is that sleep and nutrition are as important as lifting, okay? I tell all my clients that sleep and nutrition are going to be 70% of their success. Sleep like shit, feel like shit, have a shit workout. Eat like shit, feel like shit, have a shit workout. You've heard it 100 times, right? Some sleeping tips I can give you. Go to bed every single night around the same exact time within 30 minutes. Turn off anything that has blue light. So your TV, your phone, don't look at it. Within an hour of falling to sleep. Read a book if you need to kind of get your mind going a little bit to kind of wind down before the night, right? Don't, wake up with an alarm. Yes, that's kind of tough in the wintertime. I know up here in Boston, but in the summertime, I barely use an alarm. I wake up with the sun. That's the most natural way to wake up. You feel so energized and great. You get right out of bed, right? You don't question yourself when that alarm goes off. It's like, oh, what am I doing, right? We've all had those mornings. Like, why am I waking up so early? The alarm isn't a good way to wake up. Most of the time it's the only way that'll get us up, right? In those dark times during the winter up here in New England, sun doesn't rise till 8 o'clock. You need to be up by 5. Sun's not up yet. Okay, use an alarm. I get it. But when you can, wake up with the sun. Have those shades open. Don't pitch dark your room. Let the sun come in and wake you up. You'll feel amazing. So that's the end of this podcast, guys. I hope you found some value in that. Please go back and listen to it. If you need any more explanations, feel free to DM me on Instagram. Reach out to my email, mike@gerardiperformance.com. I'd be happy to answer your questions. Don't forget about the fee. Again, it's completely free. All I ask is that you share this podcast and rate it 5 stars. I appreciate you guys for listening. I'll see you on the next one.